Hello, everyone. My name is Parker. Welcome to another episode of the Finding Solutions channel. Today, we're lucky enough, fortunate enough to have Ben as well as Ryan hopping on. It's good to see you guys. How are you guys doing?
Good. Good to be here.
Good. Melting a bit. It's been like just so hot recently. It's been impossible to go outside, it feels like. I feel like we're in Arizona now.
Yeah, it's been crazy hot.
I was gonna say I don't know how you're doing that with the training going on. I don't know if you're doing outside training or are you doing all inside with the heat, Ben, or what's the latest there?
Just trying to do like mornings and evenings. I did one midday one and it was terrible. So I'm not going to do that. But luckily the race is like 80-degree weather. So me training at night or morning I'm still matching that. So it's not like it's the end of the world. So yeah, Ryan, you were in Southern Utah. So we were getting like 105. You were getting what? 110?
Yeah, I think got to like 115, 116. It was crazy. Yeah, my daughter's, she tried to leave in the morning and her car was dead. I think extreme heat just like fried the battery. We had to go get a new battery for her. So
Oh, really?
I've never even heard of that before.
yeah, like extreme heat or extreme cold is not good for batteries. But yeah, I think it was on its last leg anyways, but the heat took it over the limit. But
Jeez.
yeah. But yeah, before that, like actually what was awesome, we went out to the Hoh River Rainforest up in Washington, Olympic Peninsula up there. And that was amazing. Yeah, like just
Good
never
weather.
been up there before. It was super beautiful.
Nice. What about you, Parker? You been doing any hikes lately? You staying out of the sun or are you in it?
No, I'm actually a little on the burnt side. I'm from the Salt Lake City area. Obviously, you guys know that, but I was up in Idaho this past weekend in Grace, Idaho. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of that.
Yeah.
Oh, I've heard of that. That's a small
Have
town,
you?
isn't it?
What were you doing up
super
there?
small town. There's cliff jumping up there, so a little bit of an adventurous weekend, rope swinging off these bridges. So I'm just glad I made it back in one piece. Honestly, I'll have to show you guys a video later, but it was dangerous, but super fun. So it's
Nice.
good to be back. Yeah,
Sounds like a good weekend.
Awesome.
absolutely. No, so it's good to hear from you guys. Obviously, Ryan, this is your not technically first time joining us, but this is a kind of a bread and butter, so to speak, topic on mobile facial recognition, why it's important, and I kind of want to lob a question out there for you guys. Why is this even important? Like, why would I need a system to have mobile facial recognition? What do you guys say?
When you say system, are you referencing like a HR system, time system, or just in general?
Yeah, let's do a time system. Let me be more specific on a time system.
Yeah. I mean, time system. You want to make sure that your employees are who they say they are. First of all, some industries this doesn't matter. So if you're listening to this and you think like, that would not fit, well, probably doesn't fit, but it does in some places. So make sure it's the right person and they're doing the right things at the right time. I'd say.
Yeah, the other thing, I think there's a lot of, with employment law and things like that, you want to make sure you have the right workers. Depending on what you're doing, it could be something very secure. It could be something even as simple as like somebody who's cleaning, but they might be cleaning a secure facility like a bank or a biometric facility. Like they want to make sure you have your right employees in those facilities. And so, having a biometric like that face recognition it helps you ensure it's your employees on site and they're doing the right things, like Ben said. So
yeah, like half of Tom Cruise's heist movies or Ocean's 11 would be thwarted if, in the casino, if they were scanning in with their faces before they could start working, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Well, no, I kind of going along the lines of that. Obviously, I did see Mission Impossible 5. Love it. That's a great segue there. But I going along the lines of facial recognition, like I selfishly prefer that. I've been in a situation before where you have the clock in, clock out employee ID badge. And I can't tell you how many times I would forget it or lose it or leave it in my car. And something about just scanning your face, at least for me, selfishly, I think it's a simple, quick way to go. So
one question for you, Ryan, when it comes to a time system, because you've implemented a ton before. So what's the biggest pushback that comes when either somebody's getting presented with a time system from an employer or the actual employees? Like, is there any pushback? If so, what's the type of pushback?
I mean, for just a time system in general, or for the biometric part of it?
The biometric part of it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it just depends. Each organization's different, but there's a lot of, it depends on where they're at, kind of what they do. But a lot of times there's people that are pushing back just because they don't want to get caught, right? You're going to add something that takes away their ability to kind of game the system sometimes. And so you get pushback from that perspective. And there really are sometimes people have legitimate concerns about, their biometrics being used, what they're being used for. So typically a lot of times what we recommend with, people that are implementing these types of systems is to make sure they have a really rock solid employee agreement that lets people know, hey, we are going to, capture biometrics as part of our timekeeping solution. And, but that's all that we're using it for. We're not using it to, pass to the government or, to do anything nefarious with it. But really it's just, this is how we track time. And it's, really to like speed up the process, but also to make sure you get accurate information. So.
Yeah, totally agree. One of the pushbacks I've seen is that, like, I was just searching, not too long ago, every once in a while, it's a weird thing I search, but like time system facial recognition. And if you search Reddit and you just look on Reddit at different threads around it, the main pushback I've seen is that it just doesn't work for the employee. So an employee will go up, they'll try to scan their face. And especially during COVID with masks, I've read some where it's like, you have to do like 5 to 10 different like shots of your face to get it to scan in once. And so the biggest thing I'd say, and it's kind of, the motto we have, is that let the employee work. So it should work immediately. And then that takes off like 90% of the concerns most employees have, which is just the time to punch in.
Yeah. I think you get that same concern with a lot of biometrics. We've heard stories of, people that are, especially people that use their hands for a living, they're cleaning or construction, or, their fingerprints, get kind of, eroded by the chemicals they're using or by the work that they're doing. And, if they're using even like a fingerprint scanner, sometimes that, they show up to work and they're trying to punch in, they can't, because they can't read their thumbprint because it's got a cut across it, or they were using sandpaper the day before or something like that, So yeah, I think it has to be, there's definitely we want to make sure that it's something that's secure, that adds the value that you're looking for, but it can't be so secure that it prevents them from, it is a time system, right? So you're trying to get them to clock in and go to work. So there's this definitely crossover between, making it secure, but also making it efficient for people to get in and punch and go to work.
Because probably the most secure system in the world would probably be like a DNA sample, blood sample, iris scanner. Think of the bank vaults going back to like a heist movie like that. Yeah. But to get to work, well, obviously no one's going to implement that, nor would it be user-friendly, cost-effective, all those things. So kind of goes into what you're saying, that the cross between the two.
Yeah, for sure. And I think that's why I really like the face recognition, just because it's one of the things that, as humans, we're all, built to do. We can review it. And so, like you mentioned, those other ones like DNA, iris, like ear, there's all kinds of stuff they can do out there with biometrics that are really cool. But face recognition is easy because we're all, born and ready to recognize faces. And so, taking a picture of somebody that you can, use the biometrics to actually make sure it's the right person. But if I'm a supervisor or the owner of a company and I want to review it, it's easy for me to go see that photo. And I know I can't do that with a fingerprint or a DNA scan. And I know a lot of clients that we've worked with in the past, they also use this as a selling point for their clients. Like, hey, this is our employee. They're, going to be in your facility. They're our employees that we've done a background check on, and we have photo evidence that it's them on site every day and not their cousin or their brother or sister mother that they sent in to go to work for them because they were sick.
Yeah, it's added value beyond the implementation and just the sheer cost savings. I mean, Parker and I have been on a ton of calls with people that are just looking to save cost from time fraud, but also they're going to get more revenue, is what you're saying, through new sales with this technology. Yeah,
for sure. If you're not using biometrics, you're leaving money on the table with fraud, but also just getting accurate information. It's so crazy. These we're talking about time systems. We used to just do this rounding to make it convenient, but with the technology today, there's no reason to round. It's really what we really try to advocate for. Pay to the minute. Make sure that you know exactly when people are punching in and out, and even though it may not be fraud, you get accurate information. You can save money that way as well. Everybody's time card's not always 8 to 5. Exactly that they punched in it like at 8:02 or out at 5:05, and so you're paying them accurately, but you're also getting accurate information and not having these games played around rounding sometimes too. So
yeah, totally agree with that.
No, love it. No, thanks for those insights there, Ryan. I think it's good to keep in mind, especially when we kind of go through different episodes and different recordings. It's good to keep that in mind with other items that may come in for other videos we do, and we'll definitely segue those in. But again, thanks for hopping on. Hopefully we'll have you in the future if we're lucky enough to get another invite. But thank you so much, guys, and stay tuned for other episodes that we push in the future. And have a great day. So
thanks, Parker. Thanks, Ryan.
Thanks, guys.